Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Justina. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today I'm going to explore the energies of November 2023. I'll tell you how they will influence your rising sign, Taurus. On a deeper level, this horoscope is most accurate to the rising sign. However, you can also watch it for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish. But generally speaking, prioritize your rising sign in all the horoscopes on this channel. All right, so first of all, we start the month with Saturn stationing direct. Finally, Saturn has been retrograde since the 18th of June. Saturn is the planet connected to structure, discipline, order. And when Saturn is retrograde, suddenly things start to slow down. It's difficult to achieve our goals, to achieve our purpose. So here with Saturn stationing direct, Saturn will regain its strength. And when a planet stations direct from a retrograde motion, this usually coincides with a change of direction. Things suddenly speed up and move forward. So here Saturn is currently in your 11th house, and it has been since March the 7th. Saturn will be stationing direct at 0 degrees of Pisces, the degree at which it was throughout March. So for many Taurus rising, this could be about returning to a situation that you have already dealt with from around March. And now during this time, it could be about making this important decision, having important conversations, for example, or generally anything that's occurred around March could suddenly move forward, or this could be about that greater clarity in regards to that situation that you've been kind of dealing with or that has been present in your life. Saturn here in your 11th house. Yeah. So generally, this is about perhaps making more concrete plans for your future. If you've been feeling lost, if you've been feeling like you're lacking a clear sense of direction. Now with Saturn moving forward in a forward motion, this is about implementing important changes into your goals, into your future plans as well. But this could be also about a turnaround when it comes to some friendships, groups that you belong to. Perhaps this is about having that strong need to belong to a tribe or to create your own tribe. Because with Saturn here, Saturn can shrink our social circle, but it can also make us yearn for solid friendships, solid commitments, even if it's just a few. You want something concrete. And perhaps now with Saturn moving in a direct motion, you'll have a better idea of what is it that you want. Now, here on the 8th of November, Venus will move into Libra, where it feels fantastic. This is your ruler, of course, and the ruler of Libra. And this is your 6th house. So here with the ruler of your chart in the 6th house, the health, the well-being, and in your work, everyday routine takes a really important stand throughout the month. And this could see you implementing changes into what you eat, into your diet. This could see you perhaps also generally, this with Venus, this is about seeking harmony, balance in your daily life, daily responsibilities. With Venus, you might also in Libra in your 6th house, you might also crave sugary foods or things, so cakes and pastries, this sort of things. Venus is connected to sweet things in general, and with Venus in the 6th house, often our cravings increase. Something to watch out for, especially if you perhaps suffer from some sugar imbalance, for example. So it's something definitely to watch out for. But otherwise, it's also always to keep a close eye on our sugar intake in general. But here with Venus also, this is about generally here overall your daily life and your health is really emphasized. At the same time, this could also bring some perhaps positive experiences, moments when it comes to your relationship with people from your everyday life, co-workers, for example. Right, so here that's Venus, and on the 10th, Mercury moving into Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius is in its detriment, so not the most comfortable placement for Mercury. Mercury will be in your 8th house, and generally the 8th house is really, really active this month for you, because you will also have Mars and the Sun joining Mercury here later in the month. So lots of themes connected to transformation, lots of themes connected to healing as well, to thinking about the deeper aspects of life. This is about having this strong need to connect with another on a deeper level, having these meaningful conversations as well. But here, this could be also about overall dealing with anything to do with perhaps any government schemes, insurance payouts. All of these things will be to a certain degree emphasized throughout the month. I'll tell you more when Mars and the Sun come here in a few minutes when I get there. But what I also want to tell you is that Mercury will be out of bounds between the 15th of November and the middle of December. What it means is that here with Mercury ruling over your 5th house and the 2nd house, this is also about having a slightly different approach to your money, to your income. Perhaps this is about new ways to save money, to perhaps your priorities might change. You might be also redefining your personal values throughout this time. There could be also changes in dynamics with your children. It's generally about getting out of your comfort zone, or perhaps doing things slightly differently, seeking alternative ways to deal with specific situations. So that's here, Mercury. Right. So on the 13th, there's a new moon in Scorpio happening at 20 degrees. And here the 20 degree is emphasized at this time. The moon in Scorpio is in its fall, which means it's not the most comfortable placement for the moon. And this is your 7th house. So overall, there are some new beginnings coming up in one-to-one connections, new partnerships, a collaboration, perhaps, or perhaps this is about even meeting someone at networking events. So perhaps it's about joining forces with another, working with another person, signing contracts as well. But this is also about making plans with your significant other. So there are some new beginnings, an opportunity for a fresh start, a little transformation is taking place. But at the same time, we've got an opposition to Uranus in Taurus. So there could be about something or someone taking you by surprise, or you perhaps rushing into an idea that you feel very positive about. It's about a little shake-up as well, but it's all about these one-to-ones that are emphasized here. And Scorpio is generally a planet of transformation, regeneration, and the 7th house deals with all sorts of experiences that we go through with other people. So it's about other people and our involvement in these activities, these one-to-ones. But it doesn't have to be about your relationship, but this could be very much connected to a new connection in your life, especially since Saturn will be now in a direct motion. So for some Taurus rising, there's an opportunity perhaps for a new connection, a new friendship that could come up. But at the same time, it could be about your partner going through some new beginnings, some changes in their life, perhaps in their financial area even, because there will be a lot of activity in your 8th house, which is the 2nd house from our significant other. Right, so here on the 22nd, the Sun will move into Sagittarius, and on the 24th, Mars. So you'll have 3 planets here: the Sun, Mars, and Mercury in Sagittarius, and with Mars in the 8th house from the 24th. This is when you might be dealing with expenses, because when Mars transits the financial houses, this often coincides with outgoings, and it doesn't necessarily need to be just our bills, but perhaps regular outgoings. But perhaps you might be dealing with childcare support fees, or perhaps after-school clubs. This could be also about covering like house insurance, car insurance. Perhaps it's time to renew perhaps some of your memberships. So this sort of things will be taking place, especially since we are approaching the end of the year. and it's time to perhaps renew or update some subscriptions and memberships. And perhaps this could be the case for you. The sun will be present here as well. It's a great time for really implementing some positive changes into your life, because with the transits in the 8th house, you're not afraid to deal with challenging issues, challenging situations. You're not afraid to talk about taboo, even if you usually are, for instance. But here, with so much emphasis upon the 8th house, there is this opportunity for going on a detox, for moving away from some disturbing habits, routines, but also for dealing with anything to do with all these payouts, insurance payouts, or savings accounts. So there will be a lot about money here throughout November and December as we approach the end of the year. But at the same time, since Mercury is out of bounds, and that's the ruler of your 2nd house, placed in the 8th, it's also a good time for perhaps having some interesting ideas that could help you to generate more income. Perhaps some interesting investments might be on your mind. All right. We end the month with a full moon in Gemini happening at 4 degrees, and this is happening in your 2nd house. So as you can see, another theme connected to your money. This time your income, resources, possessions, self-worth, self-esteem is emphasized. A full moon occurs when the sun and the moon are in opposition, the opposing signs. Our emotions are heightened, and so are the feelings. We've got a square to Saturn, so something uncomfortable might be taking place, but at the same time, with that full moon and full clarity, this is also about being able to overcome a certain challenge and a certain issue that has been kind of bothering you for quite some time. It's like enough is enough. You are ready to face it. You are ready to overcome it, especially with so many energies in your 8th house. This could be also about perhaps having to make a purchase. Like, for instance, if your dishwasher breaks down, or your washing machine, and you will have to fix it or replace it. So this would probably be slightly irritating, like this unexpected expense. And that would also be connected to that Saturn having to overcome this challenge. But you know what? You just go with it. You face it. You have to do it. But this could be also about finally repaying an installment of something that you've been repaying over the last few months or years. So it could be about a completion, because this full moon connects to the new moon we had 18 months prior, a new moon in Gemini. And that would be about May, June 2022. So during this full moon, you could be dealing with a financial matter that started around that time. So something to think about. But overall here, your money situation, income is emphasized, but also I think this could be about your home even, because the sun rules over your home. And perhaps if you've been contemplating a move, then this full moon and the planets in the 8th house could bring up a lot of conversations and thoughts about this matter. We will explore it further closer to the day. In the meantime, have a good month. Thank you very much, and until the next time. Bye for now.